Small companies are having a hard time finding tech talent in Boston. Reading the tea leaves behind the layoffs at Hewlett-Packard. And another reason why vendor management is becoming more important. I'm Mark Pfeffer, and this is the DICE News Update for Friday, June 11th, 2010. Big companies like Cisco and Intel are hiring in Boston, and that's forcing smaller firms there to compete harder for tech talent. I'm not just talking about startups either. I'm talking about established firms that just may not be household names. It's all fallout from the recession. It used to be that taking a chance on a smaller startup company was seen as having a pretty good chance of a big payoff. But people aren't willing to take that gamble anymore. Even though there's talk of recovery, a lot of people are feeling that it's safer just to stay put. So check out smaller companies if you're looking. Go to tech meetups and make sure you're staying on top of your local tech blogs, your local business journals. There just may be somebody out there who can do as much for you as you can do for them. So by now you've heard that Hewlett-Packard is going to lay off about 9,000 people. And at the same time it says it's going to bring on 6,000 more. Corporate schizophrenia, right? Well, not really. CIO Magazine says it's the latest example of a company changing its staffing strategy to get ready for highly automated next-generation data centers. They need fewer hands-on tech people to run them. Instead, they're going to bring on folks who know more about the sales side of things and how to deliver IT services. In fact, Forrester Research believes that most of the 6,000 people HP brings on are going to be IT architects and salespeople. But remember, this is a long-term strategy. If you're thinking you're going to go after one of these 6,000 jobs, HP says it's going to take place over several years. The hiring, I mean. 60% of companies are outsourcing at least some of their IT, says Information Week, but 29% have been unhappy enough to fire an outsourcing vendor over the last 12 months. What's the problem? Well, part of it is that internal IT isn't managing their vendors effectively. Only 17% of companies monitor the uptime of cloud and SaaS applications, most leave vendors to monitor their own performance, which doesn't sound like a great way to approach vendor management. The good news is that it seems like a lot of companies know this, which is another reason why you might want to take a look at putting your IT experience to work as a vendor management specialist. That's it for this week. Kat Miller will be back on Wednesday with another edition of DICE TV, and I'll be back on Friday. Until then, I'm Mark Pfeffer, Managing Editor of DICE News, and we now return you to your regular desktop.